Hello there, all 5 of the viewers I have. Today we're playing a tried and true classic that's gotten a little bit powered recently. This is Pauper Bogles. 1 second, please. I have my volume far too high, apparently. Now, this deck has a very high power ceiling, but can absolutely just flop if you're unlucky. It has a middling skill ceiling. Like, a lot of this get deck isn't decision making, in my opinion. There is some, don't get me wrong, but it is a lot of, did I draw the nuts? Did my opponent draw their one of answer, etc., etc. Now, this deck is green-white, and since this is Pauper, we don't have fetches or big dual lands. We have to make do with our best. Trying to turn down the brightness ever so slightly here. No. 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 Oh god, no. There we go. Now, to help with our mana, we have Ash Barrens, which can get either the Plains or the Forest out of our deck, as long as we have another mana source. We are only running 17. We don't really want to get more than 3 or 4 in the game. Because if we've gotten to that point of grinding, normally it means our opponent is either locking us out or they're doing something degenerate. From there, we also have Abundant Growth, because that lets us draw a card. Lets us draw a card. And it makes it so that our mana taps for anything. So, turn 1 force into Abundant Growth is a completely respectable play if you don't have a Boggles. That being said, if you don't have a Boggle and you're at a 7-card hand, you are mulliganing, sir. Or mad at it. Utopia Sprawl, instead of giving the extra card, it gives you an extra mana. This will be tempting occasionally to go Forest, name green with this thing. If you do not have a white source, do not fall into that trap. Because you're going to draw a card that needs white, and you're going to be yelling at yourself then. You'd rather take the tempo hit than not be able to play cards in your hand. For further consistent, we have Commune With Spirits. This recently became playable as Kamikawa. You look at the top 4 of your library, you put an enchantment or a land card into your hand. Now, getting to your enchantment selection to top 4 is fine. Getting a land is fine if you're stuck. But the thing that really happened recently, that really made this card stand out a little bit more was Spirited Companion. This is a dog that is an enchantment creature, so you can get it with Commune With Spirits if you're just missing on creatures, because most of the deck is enchantments. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, 18, 21 cards, plus another 8, that's 29. That's literally half the deck off 1 card. Point is, this will always hit something, especially when you put into account the lands then. Now, the actual names of the deck, Slippery Boggle, or Bogle, however you want to pronounce it, right here. It's a 1/1 with hexproof. Glade Cover Scout is effectively copies 5 through 8. These literally make no difference other than this is an elf, so fringe cases it will matter that you're up against elves, because they care about all else. They have the original old school wordage. Same thing with Solana Ledgewalker, actually, for that matter, but this is a 1/1 hexproof for 2 that has pseudo flying. It cannot be blocked except by creatures with flying, but it itself cannot block flyers, just to clarify. From there, we have, I kind of put these into 2 categories: utility and raw power. So Cartouche Solidarity, it's a 1/1, or it's a +1/+1 first strike for 1. The bigger thing for us is the 1/1 white warrior creature token, because that gives us protection against edict effects. And Chanter's Edict is very common in this format. Every black deck runs it. Armadillo Cloak, this is a 3-drop. This isn't lifelink before anybody says anything. It is a trigger. So if you're trading on the defense and your opponent will kill you exactly, this will not kick in before you die, unlike normal lifelink. But otherwise, it's +2/+2 and trample with the gaining life thing. This also stacks with itself, and it doesn't have to be creature damage or combat damage. So if your opponent for some reason puts an on-board threat for like an infinite combo that gains the life kind of thing, no, I guess that doesn't work, because they could just stack it up. Ignore what I was about to say. The point is, this stacks with itself, and the way it's phrased, you can put it on an opponent's creature, and you'll be gaining the life it deals back. It's very niche, but it can happen. Rancor. Card's been printed like 18 times, never changed the art a single time. It's a 1 green, +2/+0 trample. When it ET enters the graveyard from the battlefield, so not when it's countered, not when it's discarded, it already has to be on the field, you return it to your hand. Now, that is a triggered effect, so they can, like, relic or spellbomb you, but it's recursive enchantment. Now, we then have Ethereal Armor, which is 1 white, enchant a creature, gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control, and has first strike. Probably the single best card in the deck based on power and all that. Like power for mana and all that. This is one of the best. We are always happy to see this card. I cannot emphasize that enough. Then we have its big brother, Ancestral Mask. +2/+2 for each other enchantment on the battlefield. Doesn't have to be just yours. So initially this will be an additional, like, this is initially better because it counts itself and it has first strike. But after that, Ancestral Mask just scales out of control so fast. And in the mirror, whoever gets their Ancestral Mask to stick first usually ends up winning. And from there, we have the sideboard. And God, am I hoping that my voice quality is not awful this time, because I listened to some of the other videos and they were not great. So let's start off. We have Lifelink for Burn, because Burn and Mono Red and Black Red are both very popular right now. We have creature removal in the form of Gutshot and Ram Through, and anti-counterspell or blue creatures. Fairy decks are wildly popular right now, because they always are, because they are the go-to control deck. This hits ninjas, this hits counterspell. We love Pyroblast. Gutshot, thy name is Spellstutter Sprite. Other niche uses probably that I'm not thinking of, but Spellstutter Sprite is the main thing I end up personally using this on. Oh, and in the mirror, Standard Bearer as well, because this we'll get to in a moment. Now, Ram Through, it costs 2, it's an instant, 1 and a green. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Then if it has trample, you do trample. This used to be in the main board, but the consistency with the Spirited Companion package is just better. There are a lot of artifact decks right now running around with indestructible artifact lands, and we are here to teach them a lesson. We will not sit idly by. Now for the mirror, Standard Bearer is an absolute must-have. It's 1 and a white, it's a 1/1, human and flag bearer. While an opponent is choosing targets for part of casting a spell they control or the activation of ability they control, they must choose at least 1 flag bearer on the battlefield available. In the mirror, this means all their enchantments, bar Cartridge of Solidarity, because that specifically says is your creature, they need to target this, or their own if they have it on the field. We want to bring in that and Gutshots anytime we're in the mirror match, because if we could stick this and get it outside of Gutshot range, we win the game. And I just realized I forgot to put the Falcons in the sideboard, because we do have a little bit of tech against all of the Fiery Cannonade decks right now, and that is Free Wind Falcon. It is Flying Pro Red. In the decks that it matters, it's effectively extra copies of Solana Ledgewalker that is immune to Electrickery and Fiery Cannonade. Now, I don't even think of anything else to say, so let's get into the league. All right, match 1. Let's see what we are up against. Oh, this hand is a auto ship. Oh, that is unreadable. I'm going to have to mess with that in a little bit. So we have 2 forests. Boggle's the only spell we can play. Any land lets us play Ancestral Mask. Any white source lets us deploy anything else in our hand. I think we're going to keep it, even though it's greedy. Tucking the Armadillo Poke. And hope we're not punished by our opponent being on burn for that. Okay, so it looks like we are against one of the Urza decks. We've been seeing less of these lately, and I'm okay with that. That's not a good start. Now, excuse me while I mess with the chat at the same time here. Alright, so there's no turn 3 Tron in our future. That's a good start. Can we spike a white land? We cannot. Well, we knew this was a possibility going in. I told you you're going to have games where you just have it stranded in your hand. Oh, does opponent have a third land drop? Okay, there it is. A second mine. Oh, God, why are you doing this to me? For value reasons, or tempo reasons, I suppose. Well, Big Sag. I am currently melting. Right, there's the Fiery Cannonade. I hate that card. Okay. This lets them basically filter through their hand. That's the short and the long of it, but it also allows them to make mana of any color. So it's also color fixing. Oh, now we draw it. Okay, so Spirited Companion. What do we draw? We are going to keep this in hand until we can deploy it and immediately armor it up. If I could, I absolutely would, Robin. But there's this issue with being indoors. Okay, so they have 1, 2, 3 mana. They could have another Fiery Cannonade in hand. I guess we just run face first into that. So if they don't have another Cannonade, this does stick. There we go, and we're pretty much safe for the remainder of the game. And I should have attacked with this first to try and eat up their mana in hindsight, but I'm bad at the game. Christ, my armrest is literally covered in sweat already. Oh, that sounds absolutely heavenly. If I could set up to play on stream in a pool, you can bet your ass I would. Hell, you could bet 3 months worth of tips I would. So this allows them to draw, then discard a card by paying 1 and tapping one of their artifacts. They tapped this because it doesn't matter. So we might be over the initial hurdle, this means. Might being the very operative word, though. Oh, I know. I'm fully aware. So, short of double candidate, I don't think they can kill this now. That has to happen now. That said, for all I know, they randomly run one of Chainer's Edict. It would not be the first time I've seen it in Urza. Okay, they do concede at that point. Okay, so we don't really know which variety of Urza Saga they are. Or not Saga. Sorry. I've been playing too much Legacy. Of Urza Tron they are. We know Freewind Falcon is going to be fantastic because they are running their Fiery Cannonades. And we will just 1-for-1 those with Ledgewalker. That's actually why it's a 3-3 split of each. There's an argument for Dust to Dust, but I'm personally not feeling it. I do like the idea of a single Pyroblast and going down an Armadillo Cloak, though. Because this thing, if we're going long, we're in a bad spot already, and being able to answer some of their interactions is really nice. Okay, so, pros and cons of this hand. Pros. We do have color fixing and an extra card draw and interaction. Con. We don't have a fucking creature. So because we're on the draw, that'll give us 2 draws to matter. Yeah, we're going to keep this as is. Because we're going to just turn one of... Utopia Sprawl, I guess? Yeah. And assuming we don't hit a creature, we're doing that, I should say. Because then turn 2, that lets us Abundant Growth and try to get somewhere with that. Creature off the top. Damn it. Okay, so we are going to Utopia Sprawl, name green. And pass the turn. Now, Normally that is a mistake, but we do have the white source right here. And if they counterspell that for some reason, I will be very confused unless they're watching the stream. By the way, for anybody that does watch this on YouTube, do tell me if the text in chat is too small, if I need to mess with it at all. Because that is something I need to do between streams, ideally. Okay, so we're going to Utopia Sprawl first while they're tapped out. Draw a card. We hit the Boggly Boy. Okay. Now we tap this, make it green as well. Yeah. Because then we can tap for white and green. Deploy the boy with backup. Now, they can Fiery Cannonade us if they have exactly an untapped red source in hand. Or an Urza Saga into a Star actually would do it. I did not think of that line. Oh, really? We're going to float the red and attempt to deploy the boy larger. And they just conceded. Okay. Well, 2-0 against Urza. Not going to complain. Let's pause. And we're back. Alright, so we have a Rancor, we have a Glades Cover Scout. If this is white away from being really good, we will keep this. Our opponent was last seen playing Affinity, I believe that color combination is. Blue, red, black. Okay, Preordained is making me think more of a fairy style deck. So this is going to be awkward, but we're going to do this, naming white. Then we're going to Rancor. We have nothing to do with the one white, and we're just going to crash in for 3. And we're specifically not deploying this to play around possible board wipes. Okay, so they have some form of interaction up. This is probably going to be a counterspell. Actual factual counterspell. And we'll crash in for another 3. Alright, one ponders. Is this mono blue fairies then? Is that what I'm looking at? Well, fairy ninjas, whatever it's called now. Alright, opponent. Rancor. Show me second actual factual counterspell, please. And that's enough to get the concession. Okay, then. And this is what I was saying about this deck having a really high performance ceiling. So there is a chance that they are on blue-red, and to hedge against that, I'm going to bring in the Free Wind Falcons. Plus, these can actually block the fairies I'm hoping they have. So we need to cut 3 cards. Ancestral Mask is a big investment. Same with Armadillo Cloak, and I think we cut 1 Spirited Companion in this matchup. This is one of those things I'm not actually sure about the... Oh, this hand's actually pretty cool. So we don't have a Boggle, but we have turn 2 Companion and a Rancor and an extra... Like, this is 2 card draws right here. Sorry, getting back to what I was thinking. I don't actually have much practice against current blue fairies since they got Moon Hacker Ninja. Moon Circuit Hacker. Whatever it's called. By the way, if I act like I'm bopping, it's because I absolutely am. I may or may not have music on because I can listen to it without you guys hearing it. Right, there's fairy number 1. So this is tutor 2 of them. We will be able to safely deploy the boy. Okay. Okay, so that's making it white. Okay, that's pretty pog, actually. We're gonna play the companion. Now, keep in mind, we do have the ability to make red now, so we don't have to pay the life. Okay, this is going to be a Moon Hacker Ninja. Yep, there it is. Moon Circuit Hacker. That's another target for Gut Shot, by the way. So that puts it back to 5 cards. What do they have in hand? Would not hate drawing a Power Blast right now. Okay, this is fine. Bait Spell? Really? Bait Spell 2. Really? Damn it. I was hoping that would be a Spell Stutter. We'll take another. We'll take another Best Boy. We're gonna keep back to trade here because I don't want to trade away this. All right, they just get to draw 2 there. So that punishes us for not killing this when we had the chance. There's an odd trade to offer me up, but okay. I guess we go wide? Like, I haven't seen any red, so... yeah, I feel safe attacking here because I can just replay the thing then and possibly bait out the Spellstutter Sprite. Okay, so they will just take the 3. Yeah, they want to be able to get in that attack, so we are going to, during their begin combat phase, gut shot that. We're going to do this now while they can't have up Spell Stutter. Because if we wait till after this, they could hit Spike a land, I believe. Unless they played a land and I just missed it. Yeah, they have not played a land yet. Alright, need something to give first strike or a butt. Nope. I think we just turn our board right and try to be the beatdown. Like, if they block, we have a 3rd. Like, we are very much on the Unga Bunga plan right now. Really? We are going to keep this in hand to play around counter magic. Or not counter magic, board wipes and the like. But like I said before, I don't think that is a major issue right now. Okay, Moonhacker. I feel they were supposed to attack with both there. Should be doing this end step or post combat, but I'm being lazy. Get in for the beats. We can now trade here. Opponent is at 7 cards in hand. Yep. Does opponent take the bait? They do not. Okay. So that does let us know we can safely turn right. They actually do need to start blocking now. They're going to 1 if they don't. Okay. Okay. So the ninja dies, Rancor returns to our hand. And now this doesn't look suspicious now because we only had this green source open. And now they have counter magic. Motherfucker. They held that up good. Though maybe they would have been better off hitting the Rancor, in all honesty. So they have 5 cards in hand again. They're currently deterministically dead, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like they need double spell stutter here to get rid of these. And that's just game. Okay, Echoing Truth on the Rancor, okay. This should have blocked one of them. Is this curfew too? Nice. Okay then. So double curfew is a thing. It's actually a good thing we kind of were able to go wide there then, but opponent still concedes, and we are already 4-0 effectively, you know, for games, that is. See you in the next one. All right, on to match 3. This has a turn 3 Armadillo Cloak, so we'll keep it. That is very scary. That is probably just burn? We're gonna play this weird. Oh no, this is hot dogs. This is gonna get really weird really quick. Okay. Right, so they're gonna need a way to give trample, or we will be able to Armadillo Cloak next turn, and that hopefully will be enough for us to turn the corner. Like Armadillo Cloak with a cartouche, pretty good. We're just going to throw that in the way. That is a second kill on Fiend. Okay, okay, I'm officially terrified. Uh, I think we attack here. Like, if we had first strike, we definitely stay on defense. But as it is, I think we actually have to attack for the guaranteed 3 life. Like, if they just have the ability to cast 3 spells, though, they win if we don't do the attack. And we can't afford to lose these. Like, we just have to be on the aggressor a little bit. But, like, double Lava Spike right now just murders us. Okay, they are going super wide. So we slap this down over here. We name white. White. Yeah, okay, so then we cartouche you. That gives us an extra body. We make you the big. And tell our opponent it is now their problem to handle. We're at 37 health, but they have 3 creatures that all get really big really quickly. Okay, they do throw in the towel. I do not enjoy this matchup at all. It's very weird, and I don't have a better way to describe it. Lifelink might not even be enough. Ram through's only good because it's effective removal. We don't really have enough time to grind. Free Wind is good, are good blockers, so I think that's how we run it. But this is not a matchup we really want to see. We don't have a creature here. I don't think we can keep it. Well, okay, this is one of those. Yeah, we high roll it. We try to high roll. We are up a game. We can afford to try and high roll. Okay, that's perfectly acceptable. We name green because we do have a plains and an abundant growth. The Kiln Fiend numero uno. So abundant growth, we'll draw another card. Make this white. Spirited Companion, deploy. Okay, we have a Boggle, so even if they kill this, we can redeploy. Okay, Manamorphose is always scary to see. Okay, terrifying. We do not have a blocker now. So that's 7. Okay, so we have... Okay, yeah. Okay, so we go Boggle. Boggle, and then give them both first strike. Because this also gives us an extra blocker. Notably, these creatures don't get tougher. Dome you in. And, alright. That makes us 3-0. What is up? See you all in match 4. On to match 4 here. We are 3-0. This hand is fantastic. We will snap keep this. This is turn 1 Boggle, turn 2 Ethereal Armor. We do have a bad time if our opponent specifically plays Court Clan Shaman right now. They do not. Okay. We would like to hit one of our Mana Dork. Nah, okay. Okay, so let's Commune With Spirits. Get some information based on what we're drawing here. That's a little bit late, unfortunately. We will take that, though, for next turn. Yeah, we'll take that for a future turn. Play with Cartouche. So we can't attack into this because they could just double block. We lose ours and they lose 1. Not okay. And we deployed this specifically because it effectively is the same right now. And we'd rather lose it as is than with the Ethereal Armor. Okay, opponent is at 2 cards in hand. They can't afford to attack in. Yeah, we're going to go get a forest out of our deck. And we're going to Utopia Sprawl this, name white. Okay, they don't have anything up that matters, so that allows us to deploy the Ethereal Armor. Deploy that there. We'll name white again. We are the beatdown. Now, we don't have anything that gives trample right now, unfortunately. Armadillo Cloak or Rancor off the top would be fantastic. They are cantripping with Galvanic Bolt to my face. Or Galvanic Blast. When I say they're cantripping, because they sacrificed the Chromatic Star, they got to draw a card, so I'm referring to. Alright, that is a chunky lad. That is a Court Clan Shaman, and I'm not okay with that. He loses his... Okay. I thought my opponent maybe was going to board wipe me, but I guess not. Based on that draw, we're going to play the Boggle. Boggle. Armor him up. Then make her the big. And make it our opponent's problem, because they need to block this or they die. Now, they need to specifically have... Actually, there is no outs. Yeah, I was just thinking, I'm like, wait, no, they have no outs. Okay, so this is the matchup we bring all four Dust to Dust in. And I will actively admit I don't know what I'm supposed to take out. Like, I know these swap out for the Ledge Walkers. And that's the extent of my knowledge. So we need to make 4 cuts. Cartouches are possibly bad. There's a chance they run Edict effects, but I don't commonly see it. So we'll start there. And we need to cut one more card. We'll just cut one if... Yeah, we'll cut one Spirited Companion. Run it as is. Because we really want our top end to go over their board when it gets too excessive and to gain life if they have a direct damage plan. Okay, so if we keep this, we have 1 draw and 2 potential hits off Commune With Spirits to get a creature. I think we mulligan this. This hand is infinitely better. We'll be tucking one of our Armadillo Cloaks. Now, it's awkward that we are only at one thing. I can't think of the word. 1 enchantment. But it's fine. Since we did draw that Abundant Growth, we are going to name green here. That lets us go Abundant Growth and Glade Cover Scout next turn. Okay, Card Clan Shaman is fine. Trademark. Ooh, we could do really dirty things with that. Okay, so we're going to start by Commune With Spirits here. Did we hit a land? We did. I would love this. We're not allowed to take that. So we're grabbing the Forest. We'll play a single Glade Cover Scout. And we're going to Abundant Growth this. We probably should do the Abundant Growth first, just in case we hit something relevant. But I don't think we were going to. And we didn't. Okay. Now we want to bait this out before we start deploying all our goods. If we had named white on this, this would be such a hog turn. That said, we're stuck with doing this, and they will now sacrifice this to draw a card and kill them both. Really? Fuck me. Alright then. Did not expect a Spell Pierce. Okay, I would like a white source, please. I would also really like to hit that bird. We did just put one on the bottom, though, so odds aren't great. Actually, we're going to do something a little special ed here. We don't want them drawing cards. And if this tricks them into popping this now, I will gladly be okay with that. Really? Okay. Well, we are burning resources, so it's not the end of the world. I'm not used to them playing counter magic this bad, though. Like, I guess we're bringing in Pyroblast for game 3, if we go there. I'm not a fan of that at all. Hitting another Ethereal Arm would be fine here. Okay, so this is where we now use Rancor as the bait spell. Shit. And this is where I just force the issue. Now, they do not have a choice here. They need to crack this Shaman. Yeah. Right, and we're now in top deck mode, I guess. Ancestral Mask, Armadillo Cloak, anything that gives first strike. Doggo, maybe? Okay. They just drew 3 cards off of that. They're getting value. 3 cards left in hand. Back to 4. Oh, don't you dare. Okay, I was terrified that was going to be an edict effect. So they have 6 cards in hand and they're back up to 20 health. They dome us for 8. We're not allowed to say anything about that, really. Yeah, we are dead. So draw a card. Yeah, because, like, we are obligated to block when they attack with all of it. Yeah, we did not have it out there. So I was absolutely right to bring in the birds. Pyroblast in. We actually want this to draw, I think, now that I'm looking at it. Do we cut 1 and 1? Maybe 2 Armadillo Cloaks? Because we absolutely need to resolve things that give us a big booty. And these give us the biggest of booties. Rancor... Actually, yeah, let's cut 1 Rancor, 1 Armadillo Cloak, maybe. I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for that decision, but... Oh, wait, Gutshot can answer the Shaman! Forehead! What the fuck do we cut, then? One commune, 1 companion? Right, we need to win this game. Okay, so... Yes, this hand is capable because we have the ability to dig, we have a turn 1 play, we have a gut shot for when they try to Shaman. Now, to play around the Shaman, we're specifically going to Commune With Spirits turn 1. They have mold to 6. We have to take this land. It's obligatory. We do need to hit mana fixing at some point. We're only going to deploy 1 at a time for right now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We need a white source. So we're going to attack in for 1. See if they'll do the trade. They won't. And we're just going to pass the turn back. Really want to be hitting Utopia Sprawl off the top, please. Just going to kill this now. Okay, I'll take it. I'm very nervous. So another Shaman makes me very sad in pants. anything else is fine, I think. Unless they're running cannonades and or electricaries, those are also bad. Like, getting to untap and slam it on a Billow Cloak on successfully is probably the single best case scenario for us right now. Okay, this is going to be some super tech here. Alright, show me that fiery cannonade. You have 3 mana up, show me it. Okay, it resolves. Hell to the fuck yeah. Now, on our next turn, assuming this board state does not radically change, we could get rid of their 2... Oh, what are you doing? Okay, that's daily speed. Get rid of the 2 bridges, or we can deploy further embiggening of our creatures. That is a decision we will make at that time. Like, we are only at 3 enchantments right now, so taking them off 2 lands might be better. Okay, Wellspring. They have 8 cards in hand. Like, it's not that they're out of gas, it's can they compete with what we're doing? Okay, that is a Gurmag Angler. That tells me we are making a chonky-ass boy. Oh! Yeah? Okay, hold on. Opponent has specifically enough mana up that that can be a Spell Pierce. And I'm not running into that shit again. We're going to run this as is. And next turn we will try Armadillo Cloak. I'm not running face first into that counter magic. Alright, they gain another 2 life. They draw 3 cards total. They have all the cards of the universe. But can it handle a 7/7 pseudo-lifelink trampling hexproof creature with first strike? Oh, please. Don't. No! I was just thinking, don't edict me, bro! They could answer it. Fuck me. Metallic Rebuke? Spell Pierce doesn't do it. Alright then. We are in the dangers. Because, like, even if we do hit a hexproof threat now, it could just die to the another Card Plane. Bird would probably be our single best hit. Yeah, please, for the love of God, give me that bird. Alright, Doggo. I choose you. Bork, bork, and all that. I guess we deploy it and hope that they don't just have the Shaman in hand. This is very much a play Shaman, Windmill Slam, sack 1 artifact moment, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We go down to 7. Show me the Shaman. No Shaman, okay. I'm gonna go Cloak. Fiery Cannonade. And we're done. Alright then. Well, that puts us to 3-1. Let's see if we can at least finish on the 4-1. All right, on to match 5. Let's see if we can get that 4-1. We've already broken even. Broke even? Whatever. Let's just see if we can take it a little bit better. We are snap keeping this. This is turn 1 Slippery Boggles, turn 2 Ethereal Armor with a Rancor. Like, this is the kind of hand dreams are made of. Our opponent has mulled to 3 cards. Everything okay there? Either our opponent has the worst luck in the history of Magic, or they are doing something particularly degenerate. All right. Run it back because we don't know what we're up against. Like, we gave them knowledge, but we didn't really have a way out of that. I mean, we take these, right? But yeah, Robin, to answer your question, I have not been in the mood for anything that requires an actual controller for a while, and I do not know why. Because otherwise I'd be playing Monster Hunter, because Lord knows I'm backlogged to hell on that. Alright, game 2 of match 5. Can we just steal the match? We are opening 1 chest, by the way, because I'm at exactly 95 play points. Well, 195 after this game. Okay, so we keep this hand, we dig, try and get a white source. I like it. I like it. Alright, so this is some form of white weenie deck. Could be Boros Woolly, could be Boros Value, Boros Weenies. There are a lot of potential outcomes for this. We're still going to dig for the white first, because it makes next turn much smoother. Yeah, because now we can just go scout on Ethereal Armor, be good. Right, it's the old Boros Bully, up to its shenanigans again. Them Duke Boys at it again and all that. Okay, they did not keep up Electrickery, which is fantastic for us. That, to clarify, though, we are not playing around Fire Cannonade because we realistically can't with his hand. Our opponent has decided to dig 1 card deeper with their deck. Alright, bounce land. So that means they are not getting any value this turn. Yeah, this is definitely an Armadillo Poke turn. There's an argument for XCon. I was kind of holding out, though, because there was a game similar to it coming out, and I can't remember what it was now. I'm pretty sure we have this one wrapped up at this point, unless they have Without a Trace. Or some equally degenerate, get rid of all your enchantment shenanigans. Which we are, by the way, playing into beautifully for them. We're gonna just swing in. Galvanic Blast, okay. That shrinks at 1. Please leave with do Without a Trace. The hell are you? Destroy target enchantment. Okay. That's fine enough. I now feel safe in main phase 2, slapping another Ethereal Armor down, though, so that's nice. Hello, Yith. You're actually on the final match right now. You're currently 3-1. Opponent's got the value, but can they capitalize on it? Probably bouncing the golden egg. You don't want to bounce the synthesizer since they won't be able to cast whatever it is. Or they do. Okay. It's a land. They already had their land drop, right? Oh, no, they didn't. Okay. I am wrong and a foolish fool. Rancor. Aha! God, I'm good at Magic. Alright, deal with it. This is your problem now. Do with it what you will. Opponent is down to 8. Okay, that is another Skyfisher. They get to dig another card deep with the synthesizer, and they can deploy both from their hand. Dig further still. Oh, don't play this. It comes to play tapped. Dig deeper to see if you get something relevant first. Like, you need to kill both of these Ethereal Armors, I think, to have a chance right now. Why am I telling him what he needs? I don't want him to win. Alright, my gut is telling me they have Prismatic Strands up in their hand, which will buy them 2 turns. Really? What do you do? Okay, so this is them gaining 4. Okay. So go back up to 12. This shrinks back down to a 9-7. Like, they are still technically alive. Like, if they tap out or tap down to 1 mana, I will feel infinitely better about slamming this other Ethereal Armor. But right now, it just does not feel safe. Do this, name green. Crash in for a bunch. Like, we're very much playing the slow con because we have redeployable threats. So that's 6. So this does kill all 4 of those. And deals 1 to him. Okay. Like, there's an argument we could have just gone for it there, but I don't want to get blown out. Deploying stuff. Yep. They've gotten very deep using this. Ah, there it is. That is the kind of card we were playing around. So that will return it to our hand. We still have another one, though. If you cast a white spell this turn, okay. And they can't hard cast it. No. Okay. Well, let's redeploy the team. Wait, no. Wrong order. Yeah, Cartouche first. Into Ethereal Armor. Into Rancor. Opponent needs a pretty baller interaction here in order to not die. Static Strands immediately comes to mind, because like giving this lifelink won't save them right now. Ah, that will do it. They are back down to 2 life. They are holding on by the skin of their teeth. So do they just dig for another Patrician Scorn now? They don't have enough mana to cast the Palace Sentinel. They don't have an... I don't think the Ribbon Inspector does anything. That definitely doesn't do anything. I guess that lets them dig 1 deeper for Patrician Scorn if they have another. That is a bridge. And they don't have a Prismatic Strands in the graveyard, so that is probably game. And that's game. All right, we got the 4-1. Hell yeah. So, as you saw, we are susceptible a bit to board wipes. We didn't draw the answers we needed during that one game against Affinity, and you saw how it just was very, very hard to dig out of that hole. We don't need to open a chest, but we're still going to open one. Boop. And we get a... Ooh, Piping Needle. Pithing Needle? Pithing. A card that is actually relevant to gameplay. That's rare. Yeah, and now we do have enough for 2 different leagues, so I'm not going to complain. Now, I'm going to end the stream there. Well, not the stream, the recording there. So 1 moment.